Happy Father's Day yesterday. Today is June 6th, 2025, and time for your Monday market update. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you had a wonderful day yesterday, honoring all of those dads out there. We couldn't do life without them, could we? Let's take a quick look at our McHenry County numbers for the last 7 days. We had 167 new listings, 168 under contract, 125 closed sales, 56 price changes, 1 expired, and 56 currently on the private network. So the feds meet this week. So this is the first meeting that they've had in a couple of months. And there's almost 0% chance that they are going to lower interest rates. However, how they comment on their speculations for how 2025 is going to end up for their GDP, inflation, and other reports, jobs reports, their ideas on what we are going to end up at the end of the year is going to greatly impact how the market responds and what our interest rates could do. Now, our interest rates have been pretty steady throughout this year for the most part. They've gone a little bit up and down, but we've been in the high 6s, low 7s pretty much all year. And surprisingly enough, we've had still some strong housing data, even though we've got interest rates higher than people were hoping. We've got mortgage applications are up about 20%, which is outstanding. It appears we will sell more homes this year than we sold last year, even though it feels very sluggish. We've got a lot of people deciding that now is the time. They've got lots of clear markers that we're just not going to see interest rates go down as much as we had hoped, and that if they do, they can refinance. That is the beautiful thing. And not all countries allow you to refinance your home loan. Once you buy the home, you're locked into whatever rate you bought it at, and that is not the case here. So that's a good thing. So we've got some good housing data coming in. We anticipate that it's going to continue through the year. Hopefully interest rates will come down a little bit through the end of the summer. We do definitely see inventory is picking up. We are seeing an increase in the number of homes on the market, the days on market, price changes. We're seeing more of those because it does appear that buyers are being more cautious. So even though we have, a fair amount of buyers in the market and we are seeing more homes coming to market, as we get more homes on the market, we have more inventory, that's more selection, that's a smaller pool of buyers for however many homes are on the market in terms of relative to where we were at the beginning of the year. So we still have very tight inventory, but I would not be surprised if we end up this year at around 1.67 month supply in Crystal Lake and the surrounding areas, which is higher than it's been in a very long time. So therefore, we'll start to see some of those price reductions. It does appear that buyers are being more picky, more demanding. They want everything done. If there's anything wrong with the home, they're going to just wait. I hear more and more clients saying, we don't have to move. We want to move, but we don't have to move, and we're going to wait for the right house. So if the house isn't just right, they're not going to move. But we're still seeing so much crap on the market too. So many homes are being listed dirty, or you walk into it and it's like nobody even picked up, and it's just kind of gross. And so those homes are still not selling. In 2022, even the dirty homes were selling. Now, not so much. We're headed for a price war and a beauty contest. So if your home is not the prettiest or the best priced, it's not going to sell. So that's kind of the market that we're heading into. So we have to be more prepared for that as sellers, as buyers. Know that there's more homes coming to market. You still might have to concede on some of the things that you want. There is no perfect home, but we will continue looking for that. So all of these things are things to keep in mind as we head into the coming weeks. Now, if the interest rates do come down at all this year, we will see lots of buyers return to the market and people try and lock down prices in order to lock in that lower interest rate. Most reports are coming out for home appreciation for this year to be right around 3%. 3% this year, 4% next year. We're really hoping for some lower interest rates in 2026. That's a long way off, but that's kind of where we're at now. It kind of seems like we keep kicking the can down the road thinking that, oh yeah, rates will be lower next month. Rates will be lower next season. Next quarter, rates will be lower. And we just keep kicking the can down the road. And honestly, it's not really doing a whole lot of moving. And, the high 6s are not a bad place to be. It's a very solid market. Home appreciation, your value is totally safe. One of the things I was talking to somebody about was, I think a lot of people are feeling that the market's changing. We're shifting. And people are starting to feel it. They're like, oh, the tariffs. Ooh, homeowners insurance is really hard to get. Oh, we've got rates that are higher, and people are feeling the tension. And I've had homeowners start to say to me when they're, buyers saying, well, I hope that, do you think my value is going to be safe in a couple of years? Because everyone still has a little bit of PTSD from the recession in 2008. And, what I'm telling people is you're fine. We do not anticipate anything close to the Great Recession happening. Now, we're going to see the market shift. That does happen. So we might see it change, pull back. Buyers might pull back a little bit. We might see it get less competitive and more on the buyer side and more competitive on the seller side. We might see things change, but I certainly still anticipate that homes will continue to appreciate, and we are not going to see anything like 2008 ever again. So just keep in mind your home is safe, your value is safe, and buyers, I'll tell you what, renters still want to be buyers. Buyers are out there. People want to own homes. So it's still a good place to put your investment, and we do anticipate that the housing market will get more difficult. We're having more and more challenges every day. Last week was a heck of a doozy for me, but we got through. We're going to get through. We're going to solve these problems for our buyers. We're going to solve the problems for our sellers, and we're going to get to the closing table. So if you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out, 815-529-0777. Have a great rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.